You probably think a lot about your childhood days, when you were once so ambitious and full of courage. You loved dreaming, and you weren't afraid to dream too big. And you knew deep in your heart that you're meant to be different than your parents, to live bolder, to take bigger risks, and to love hard. But you're here now, and you can't help but feel discontent with where you're at now. Why does everyone around you, on social media, in your community, seem to be happier than you, more successful than you? And it seems like everyone else is on the right path, but you. And on days when you're reminiscing your best years, you feel sad to be in your current reality. You live the same routine every day. You wake up with this heaviness in your chest. You go out and see the same friends that also reminisce and talk about all the things that they did when they were young and alive. You take the same route to work. You turn on the same show when you get home. And when you're watching TV, you can't help but wonder, is this really it? And the answer is no. You've barely scraped the surface of your true potential. Because life is an accumulation of risks, fluctuations, and numerous rock bottoms to get us to where we are finally meant to be. So, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're ready to take this first step towards a life that is truly designed for you. Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Naomi, and I'm a confidence and glow-up coach, and I help women rebrand their identity so they can revamp their reality. It is a very normal human emotion to feel these sorts of sensations, of feeling lost, of feeling like you could be doing so much more in this lifetime. So there are two parts of this video. The first part is reflection, reflecting on what your true purpose is, what gets you excited, and what kind of life you are truly meant to live. And the second part is all about the doing, how you're going to get there, and how you are going to plan your route there. So before we dive into the meat and potatoes of what this video is all about, which is truly aligning yourself to the life that you want to live and reigniting your purpose and your drive and excitement to create the life that you truly want, I encourage you to take responsibility, to use this as a sign that you are not living the life that you are meant to live right now. Therefore, you are feeling this way. But I really want to open you to the idea that there is another reality waiting for you. So I recommend that you wash your face, tie your hair up, get to a desk, make sure that you have the proper tools, so writing tools, pen, paper, and get yourself in the zone to truly, truly create and redesign your life. Let's go. So part one, the first step is to write out your eulogy. This is a little dark. We don't ever think about our life in a more big picture setting until it's too late, until we're at the end of the race and we're looking back and thinking about our journey and realizing that we had so many regrets of what we didn't do. Instead of focusing on getting to that end point, getting to retirement, a lot of people think that way, getting to retirement, instead think about if you died today, your brother, your sister, someone really close to you is reading your eulogy. What do you want to be remembered for? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What kind of people do you want to inspire? And how much of an impact do you really want to make on the world, on your family, on your friends? What would they say about your life? What would they say about all of the accomplishments that you made? I want you to write down your entire eulogy in third person. Really let your thoughts flow out as much as possible, because this is really your time to create and design life and design your identity into the identity and the version of you that you are meant to become. Now, the second step, what is your big picture vision? And I really want your imagination to run as wild as possible, because the reason why you feel like you're in this rut is because you're not allowing yourself to dream bigger than your current reality. You're not allowing your mind to actually experience the possibilities of what could be. What could be bigger than this life? What could be bigger than this feeling? Now, if you knew the answer would be a definite yes, if you asked the universe for whatever you wanted, what would it be? What would you ask for? You feel like, I really don't see myself doing anything more than what I'm doing right now because I just don't see the potential possibility of me becoming a billionaire. It doesn't matter. Just write it all down. Write everything that you want down. This has nothing to do with the approval of society, what your mom and dad wants for you, what your boyfriend wants from you, what social media wants from you. It has nothing to do with that. In fact, it is those things that are also causing you to be in this rut. Because when we find society's definition of success and attempting to use that template into our own life, it's not going to fit. Because we will never truly reach our potential if we're going alongside of what society wants us to be and what society wants us to do. What country do you want to live? Do you want to live in a small town, or do you want to live in the big city? Do you want to live on a small island, or do you want to live in the middle of a jungle? What kind of house do you want? Do you want a luxury apartment in the middle of New York City, Manhattan? Do you want to live on a ranch? Do you want to live in a big mansion next to the beach in Malibu? And now think about your career. What is the career that you know that you can completely outcare in your entire industry? What is something that you know you will absolutely love and at the same time be really, really good at? And is there an activity or is there a hobby that you do that you could just lose hours and hours on end and completely enjoy the process of doing? What do you want your next relationship to look like? What kind of traits do you want in your next partner? Do you want him to treat you like a princess that you are? Do you want him to treat you, wine and dine 69 you? Do you want him to be able to inspire you and to make you a much better person? Does he motivate you? Does he go out of his way to make you happy? What are all of these traits? What does he look like? What does he sound like? What about your health? What kind of foods do you want to start eating more of? What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? Do you want to feel lighter, being able to run and being able to live such an amazing hot girl summer life? What kind of body do you want to have? What's your dream weight? Is there a dream physique that you've always wanted? Is there a lifestyle, a health lifestyle that you want to have? Being able to do yoga every morning or go to Pilates at night? Do you ever dream of enrolling yourself in a program that makes you feel rich and fun and sexy? What kind of friendships do you want to surround yourself with? What kind of support system do you want to have? Do you want friends that are willing and able to have deep conversations with? People that are so down to earth and so full of love? Would you want more friends that are so devoted into building the life of their dreams and being so motivated when you're around them because they always have such a positive perspective when it comes to life, and you feel so good when you're around them? Okay, so I've been using this exact Notion template for the past year now, and I've been able to attract really crazy things. And I want to share the love by giving this exact template away for free. It includes a vision board page that makes it so much easier to visualize, my exact goal setting strategy, my daily journaling prompts that help me release and work through my limiting beliefs immediately, and the best part, I've created 43 phone wallpapers of the most powerful affirmations ranging from relationships to money to health and so much more. If you want a copy of this template, the download link is in the description. All right, let's hop back into the video. This version of success could mean a million different things for people. I had a conversation with a friend, and for her whole life, she has always wanted to be a doctor because in her eyes, that was the definition of success. And she was raised to believe that by her friends and her parents. And for me, my definition of success back then was to work in finance, to work in a big corporate job doing finance related work or accounting related work. And I always felt like if I wasn't there, then I am not successful. It is so subjective. And that is why you should find what resonates with you. Okay, so this last question is to figure out if you could narrow that entire vision into 3 goals. If you could circle
the goals that you truly, truly want. What are 3 big impact goals that you know that once you have achieved, life will be completely different for you, and you're gonna be so happy, and you're gonna be so fulfilled? What are they? Now, part 2 is what I call the 5-year experiment. The 5-year experiment is a personal commitment to yourself to build this vision and attain those 3 goals. You're thinking, Jasmine, you're crazy. I'm not gonna be a billionaire by 5 years. These 5 years are the time where you put in your all to creating these 3 goals. The reason why I say that it takes 5 years to do this is because if I restrain it to a year, if I restrain it to 3 years, then there's going to be a part of you that is going to feel very, very overwhelmed around how that vision is going to pan out. I don't want you to fall into the trap of things aren't moving, nothing is happening. Even when things don't seem to be moving, maybe you made one post and you're still not viral, then you give up. A normal person would give up, but since you have committed yourself to the 5-year rule, you can't. You have to give these goals a full chance by giving it your all in the next 5 years. And after 5 years, and you see no results and nothing in your life has changed, then that's okay. Then go back to your old life. You can do what you were doing before, and you can continue to pursue something secure and steady. So during your execution for the next 5 years, I want you to do 3 things in order to get to your goal. So the first thing is called mental activation. This is where you are going to rewire your mindset to be able to achieve those goals. Every day, at the start of the day and at the end of the day. These 2 times are when the subconscious mind is the most malleable. I want you to write down those 3 goals on a piece of paper, and I want you to read those 3 goals every day, morning and night, and I want you to feel into that reality. And I want you to create scenes about what that reality looks like and what that reality feels like. How does it feel walking into your luxury apartment? How does it feel feeling the countertops, the coolness of the countertops? What does it feel like opening that fridge? What does it feel like to run $1 million business? What does it feel like to be in a loving relationship? How does your partner's hand feel? How does he make you smile, and what makes you smile when you're with him? Be as descriptive and as specific around the feelings and the emotions of that vision. The reason why you have to visualize this version of you, this reality, is that you're practicing your body to enter that reality. You're practicing the emotions and you're registering it in your mind that it's possible, that it's something that is on your path, that is on your future. And when you have a laser focus on that specific future, then you are using the laws of the universe, which is called law of attraction, one of the laws of the universe, to bring that exact vision into your life. When you believe that something is truly possible for you, then you can bring that into your reality. So practice every day visualizing this exact reality that you want and what those 3 goals will look like once you have achieved them or they have manifested. So the second thing to achieve those 3 goals is something that I like to call detached action. Whatever we do, we always like to place meaning behind the results of the action. If we got rejected by somebody, we automatically hold the narrative that we're not worthy of love. Some people post one TikTok, put hours into this TikTok and only see 2 likes and it doesn't go viral like they planned. Then they think to themselves, I am not worthy enough. I'm not good enough to be a content creator. I'm just not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. My mom is right. I would be a failure at this. This isn't realistic. And we find excuses that give that result meaning. Instead of placing this meaning that I am not good enough, you can think to yourself, what can I learn from this? A really great example is I was chopping leek today, and I was chopping them in very fine slivers, right? And I almost accidentally cut myself. What if every time I was cutting leek, I would always cut myself? Would I automatically resort to, oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person? Would you resort to the idea that you deserve to get cut? Or would you learn that next time you just need to sharpen your knife a little bit? Or you just need to put your finger a little further away. Or if you really were chopping, you could use some sort of utensil to go further away from the knife. So if you do one simple thing and it doesn't work out in your favor, don't put meaning behind it, and instead think about the lesson within that result. What do I need to learn about this? Sometimes there are a lot of things that don't give us immediate results. For example, if one of your goals is to get abs, it takes a couple times at the gym to see some sort of definition. So detach from the results, detach from all the little steps that you're taking to get there, and the more that you are consistent with something, the more that the results will eventually accumulate more and more and more over time. I highly recommend that you look up people on the internet that have achieved exactly what you have wanted. And reading their books, reading their biographies, or watching their content, listening to their podcast, or any sort of resource that they have can really inspire you to take that action as well. And using them as a mentor in the content that they create, or even just looking at what they have done and where they started from. Any other advice that you receive from people, especially your parents, your family, people that you graduated with, any of these people that are trying to give you advice for something that they have never personally accomplished themselves, is not relevant. And the third thing, which is the last thing that you want to do in order to get to your big picture vision, is to do more in life. Sometimes we don't even know what our purpose is until we go out and do something. Travel, meet new people, experiencing more out of life. And it is through these experiences that allow us to find who we truly are and what we're truly meant to do. I have been traveling around the world for the past 1.5 years now, and it has been such an eye-opening experience for me. And a lot of people tell you that you should probably know about your purpose in life through what you loved through childhood, but I wasn't actually open to spirituality until I was 20 years old. And building up to this point, I realized that self-development and spirituality is something that I want to pursue for the rest of my life. And it was through traveling that really gave me the courage to pursue this. Do more things that light your soul on fire. Meet more people. Have more exciting experiences. You'll never know what kind of people you'll meet that will help you to get to your desired vision. It's all about opening that door of possibility and that door of opportunity for yourself. We are reaching the end of this video, but I want you to commit your heart, your soul, and your entire body to those 3 goals. And life is all about taking these big risks, and these risks could go against everything you believed in life and everything that your community had believed in. But what kind of life is it if you're not truly leaving your comfort zone and not truly living a life full of possibility? And when you do, life becomes rigged in your favor. Invest in yourself. Be brave enough to take risks in your life. Be brave enough to bet on yourself and live a life that you know you will not regret. Go out there, do more, and be more.